Hey guys, Garage Maxed Out here. Today I'm going to be upgrading a Thinkpad T510, which is an older laptop, but definitely still a very viable budget machine. It's a little thick and chunky, but very durable. These things will last forever. So I want to go ahead and add some RAM, change out the hard drive. You can use a solid state drive. This one's actually already got a solid state drive in it, but I want to add some storage capacity. If you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe. Your support really means a lot to me. Let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hard drive first. So we'll flip it over and get started. You'll see one screw on the side here. It will stay connected in this panel, so it won't come all the way out. And then you'll have your drive here. As you can see, this one was upgraded a long time ago, 64 gigs, obviously too small for what you'd use it today. But you'll see these two little bumpers on the sides. Go ahead and remove those. And then you'll have 4 screws. Now, this procedure obviously will work with any solid state drive, 2.5-inch solid state drive. It doesn't have to be the newer 7mm high ones. It can be a 9mm like this hard drive. This is also 9mm. Anything with the SATA interface like this. And I'll put a link in the description of what I'd recommend. There are some really good deals right now on SP solid state drive, silicon power solid state drives, which is what I would recommend. I had this drive sitting on the shelf and I want to put it to use, and 500 gigs is a lot more usable than the 64 gig that was in here. And then just replace your bumpers. If your machine is missing bumpers or they're deformed, these parts are readily available. I'll put a link in the description so that you can find it. Okay, and then you'll just put it down in the tray just like that and pull over to seat it. And if you notice here, this is actually a really cool design. You'll see that the sled is pushed in and held in place by these points on the plastic cover. So pretty cool, really efficient use of design. When you tighten it, it pushes over and holds that in place. So cool. We've gone ahead and done the hard drive or solid state drive swap. Next thing that we're gonna do is the memory. And kind of zoom in here. There are 2 metal arms here. Push those out. You're gonna push it that way and that way, just like that, and it pops right up. And then you pull this out. And you can see in here, it's just a 1 gig stick. And I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. And what you wanna do is you wanna put it at a 45-degree angle and push down. So push it into the slot, and then once it's in, you can plop it down just like that. Okay. And with this laptop, there's another RAM slot, but it's under the keyboard. So some laptops will have them kind of opposed under here. With this specific model, you are gonna have to remove the keyboard to go ahead and get that second RAM slot, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so to get to this second RAM slot, you're gonna have to get under the keyboard as I mentioned, and you'll find 1 screw right here, right in the center, just like that. It does help if you have a magnetic screwdriver. I don't have mine here, unfortunately, so I'm using this this one, but as soon as you flip this over, those two screws will come out. Okay. Okay, once you've removed those two screws on the bottom, you'll essentially slide this up here, and that'll give you enough space for you to use a flat blade screwdriver or a spudger tool. And you'll notice there's just these couple, there's 4 of them along the bottom. Let me zoom in here for you. Okay, and essentially all you're doing is pushing up on the keyboard enough for these four things to pop out of the plastic. Okay, then you'll flip the keyboard up, and you actually don't have to remove the keyboard. You can just set it up like that, and that'll give you access to the second RAM slot right here. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pry out on the armatures, and you'll plop this stick out just like that. And interestingly, this had some mismatched RAM in it. The speeds look similar, the timings are slightly different, but it was working fine. I'm putting a match kit in here, and this is some leftover from another system that I had. But again, 45-degree angle, push in, make sure it's firmly seated. I can kind of feel this one wasn't clicking in very well. I want to make sure that that's firmly seated, and then I'll go ahead and click it down in place. Now, if your laptop hasn't been cleaned in a while, as I can see that this one hasn't, I'm gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to use some compressed air to clean that out real quick. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put this keyboard back in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it at an angle to get under that top part of the plastic. And you can push it up. And you really wanna push it up there so that way you don't scuff up the palm rest here. That's it, and I'm gonna flip it back over. I'm gonna replace these 2 screws. And I'm going to put this cover back on. And replace the battery and reinstall Windows, and that's it. Now I've just kind of brought this machine back up to relevance in 2020. These ThinkPads, again, they last forever if you take care of them. This one's got an i5 processor. It's a slower, older one, but definitely still good for general computing. So that's how you do it. You can add a solid state drive, upgrade the memory. I'll put links in the description to help you guys out. These machines are a bargain. So hope this helps somebody. Leave me some comments below, and thanks for watching.